Fala pessoal, bem-vindo a mais uma live do Vila. Como vocês sabem, essa live é especial, a gente vai ter uma entrevista, né? Mas primeiro aquele recadinho básico para quem é novo no canal, né? Se inscreva, toca no sininho, ativa todas as notificações, tá? Se possível, deixar o like. Eu agradeço, não só para mim, né? Mas por YouTube ver que todo mundo curte conteúdo cripto e tal, né? Sei que o pessoal tá chegando aqui e só falando umas regrinhas, né? De como vai ser a entrevista. Deixa eu até dar um zoom maior em mim aqui agora. Né, em relação a free money, vai ter free money, como vocês sabem, né, para as 3 melhores perguntas, e é só escrever aqui nos comentários, tá, a hora que vocês quiserem, mas no final, né, da entrevista ele vai escolher, enfim, o Ian vai escolher as perguntas que ele quer responder e tal, e aí os 3 que forem escolhidos, né, vão ganhar aquele $30 legais, né, em Wealth Tokens. Então, enfim, faça a pergunta, fazer em inglês, tá, pessoal? Usa o chat GPT aí para traduzir, ou o Copilot, ou o Grok, o que vocês quiserem aí, né? Pode ser até o Google Translator, mas aí não é o ideal, né? E é isso aí, espero que vocês gostem aí para a gente poder cada vez mais trazer gente importante aqui, né? Então, também, quem quiser me seguir nas outras redes sociais, os links estão aqui embaixo, tá? Na descrição do vídeo do YouTube. Ah, uma coisa importante em relação ao Free Money, hein? Vocês vão ter que me enviar um e-mail com o e-mail de vocês cadastrado no app da Commonwealth, tá? Então, se ganhou, tal, não ganhou, vai lá, se cadastra, né? Caso não tenha cadastro, aí depois manda o e-mail para mim, tá? Através da seção About aqui. Então, pessoal, tô vendo que o pessoal tá chegando aqui, bacana, bacana, né? Já tá aumentando o número de pessoas. Vou começar a entrevista então, deixa eu chamá-lo aqui, tá? E vamos lá. Hey Ian, thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, of course, most of my followers already know about Commonwealth because I did a review video and I always share updates about the project as a whole. But with the bull market coming again, many new followers are arriving. Maybe they don't know too much about Commonwealth. That's why I'd like to do my first question here. And what Commonwealth is about, and if you can do a small introduction, please.
No worries. Yeah, go easy on me here. I'm usually the one in the back room stuff, so I'm not usually forward facing. But so Commonwealth is a on-chain decentralized venture capital fund, essentially. So mobile first, with decentralized, DAO principles associated with it. So we're aiming to give anyone access to early stage deals, like it could be seed, strategic, early stage tokens. Tokens are going to the market quite soon, and it's just about giving the 99% access to the deals that only 1% of people that usually get access to, and doing it in a way that's accessible and easy and user friendly.
And you already talked a little bit, but I'd like to you make some highlights about what are the core principles, right, and goals outlining in the All Street Manifesto.
We have a few. Obviously, we want to onboard the next billion users. We want to make the Web3 is historically quite difficult to navigate. Using Web3 wallets and understanding what smart contracts are and token addresses and all of that, and then taking a little bit further and just giving everyone access to early stage deals is one. One of the largest core principles that we have is we just want to make it accessible and easy, even with people just with a mobile phone, anywhere on the planet that has an internet connection. That's one of the principles. Two is we want to level up people's I guess knowledge of the space and fundamentally understanding them, and trying to throw out all the technical jargon associated with Web3 and eliminating any of those hassles and making it the onboarding experience smooth, the experience on our application, on the Commonwealth application smooth as possible. And and it's easily accessible. I think that's what's really driving us. And then, you know, the prospect of giving people an opportunity in another side of the world where they would historically not get access to these deals, and hopefully changing a lot of people's lives in the process. That's a big goal.
Sure.
Democratizing access to early stage deals.
Yes, and talking about these early stage deals, right? How does Commonwealth provide this kind of access to investment opportunities, and what are mechanisms does it employ to ensure the community participation and the due diligence?
So the way it essentially operates is we have a group of investors from, you know, high class investment like A195, Animoca. I'm not going to remember them all off the top of my head. Master Ventures, Metavest Capital, Andromeda. So we have 10 oracles at the moment that we call them. We call them the All Street Oracles, and so they are already invested in these projects that we'll be onboarding. So, in terms of due diligence process, they kind of act as a filter into the platform, and they already the deal flow, and that's one of the main components of Commonwealth, is that due diligence process has already happened from there. It's from the oracles, and then the oracles will bring deal flow into Commonwealth, and then we have these funds. They're themed funds. We have 2 right now, and one we've just raised $1 million in 24 hours, called the Alpha Fund, which we're currently exploring projects with. So anyone can buy into these funds just using their mobile or using just crypto, and when they purchase into the fund, you get an NFT that's proportional to the size of your investment in the fund, and those NFTs can be traded on the market at any time. And with the application itself, you'll have the project details, and you'll be able to perform your own due diligence. And in order for even the project to get invested in, the community has to take a vote on it first. And if there's a good positive consensus, and then we'll proceed, and then we'll make an investment on their behalf, and then they'll be getting early stage deals and tokens from these projects.
So after one question about this, after my investment, I receive my NFT, right?
Yes, we call them a slice.
Then I'm in liquid, right? In practice, right?
Absolutely, yes. You can sell it on any. You can, you know, it's up to the free market, and that's one of the, you know, a very powerful principle of the economy. I think we're going to be talking about later, but you can sell at any time. So that's one thing, that in being in a normal investment fund, you lock your funds up and you say goodbye to them for a period of time, and hopefully you get some back. But with the ability to trade on the marketplaces worldwide to anyone at any time, you have the free market operating, which we like.
Sure. And what are the values and community principles emphasized by Commonwealth, and how do you guys plan to integrate education, community involvement, and the discussion within the platform?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have a few mechanics we're working on, and that was actually when the early discussions of Commonwealth that were happening. This is what has been a fundamental principle the whole time, is that we wanted to onboard a lot of users, and we want to make this the world of Web3 accessible. So we've just built recently, employed our own rewards platform, and I guess the easiest way to understand that is kind of like Zili and Galaxy, where you can get we would put up a bunch of missions, and there would be like, go to Twitter and do this, or post in Telegram, or interact with this post, or we can really do essentially anything with that. So that's a big driver there. So from a project perspective, they can come on board, and we have the power of our guerrilla marketing, and that's one of the big pieces of community. Two, we'll have a learn and earn program, and that's still quite in its early stages, but another way to think about that is Coinbase does a very good job of they do small snippets of breaking down education. So we will definitely have our own, depending on, and that will change depending on what we want people to learn about. Like you've got the Bitcoin ecosystem that's blooming at the moment, and what are BRC20s and all of that. So It's just about getting people to understand those in a really quite easy to digest manner. That's another way. And yeah, and then there's promote to earn. So like essentially we just have like all of these programs that are designed to bring people on board and to utilize them as well. And I think that's from a Commonwealth point of view, we have the power of a guerrilla, marketing and community that we can point to most of these projects. That's a value add, that they'll have the community that comes with them. And these communities will be investors in the project, and they'll be believers. So there's a lot of power there. And as we scale up, hopefully we have a lot more believers and a lot more projects, and it's a self-reinforcing flywheel.
Sure. And before keep going here, just or answer a question here from Japskin about the stream. Yes, it's gonna be recorded. Okay, no problem. You can watch later. Keep going here. What are the challenges faced by Commonwealth in developing and decentralized protocol, and how does the concept of DAS, right, distributed autonomous system, address this challenge?
Yeah, so decentralization's a very tough topic. That's if we've been around in the crypto space for a while, that was like one of the core tenets of blockchain, and it almost became an advertising a word to okay, we're decentralized, but what does decentralized mean is quite a difficult question to answer, and we could get very deep into that, but I'll try and preface it as simply as possible. Is that not a lot of systems on the internet are decentralized. Like, you have to go through services like AWS, and you have to ask permission in order to use someone's service. So decentralization means that you don't have to ask permission to use their service. The services are there, so we just have to figure out a way on how to use them and them to always have 100% uptime. So there's one piece there. And two is just about the Commonwealth is a platform. It's an application. It's governed by smart contracts. So having these smart contracts talk to each other in a decentralized manner and have the protocol do as it's designed, and allow people to onboard and follow the processes of what the investment process of Commonwealth is. And I'm sorry if I'm waffling, because it's a hard subject to breach, but essentially it's just trying to allowing the protocol to do what it's designed to do without any human intervention. And getting there is quite a long and hard journey, and we've got a lot of people working on it across the whole entire space. And the DAS model, decentralized autonomous operating system, is what we're calling it, and it's quite difficult to explain, but simply put, you would have people that would, say you're online and you put a job online, or there's an investment online, so you can kind of say, I've got this job that I want to happen. Are there people that want to do this job? And then it puts a notification out, and then people sign up and say, hey, I want to do that. Let's do that. And they can be anywhere, anytime. And then you have another piece that's got to kind of govern that to say, okay, that job was actually was completed. Everything is good. People get the tokens. Everyone's happy. The job got complete. So you have kind of this, I guess, triangle of validators working at all time, so that's down essentially what that is. I'd say read the white paper, have it digest it. It is quite hard to think about at the beginning, but reread it and read it again, and I guess you'll see what we're trying to achieve.
Sure. Yeah, the white paper is I wouldn't say complex. I think the first time that you read, right, is a little complex, but then when you get it, it's becoming very easy, right?
Yeah,
yes, please.
Yeah, 100%. When we first Tony and I started working together, it took us about 3 months to digest how we wanted to break this down and bring it to the people in a digestible format. And a lot of great heads have been in it. And you're right. I guess from a user perspective, it's quite difficult, but read it 2 or 3 times like you would the Bitcoin white paper, and things begin to make sense. And then I think you'll see where we're heading in the future.
Yeah. And what are the key technological aspects and the infrastructure choices of Commonwealth? And why did you guys, for example, choose Base for your platform?
Yeah, I think Base is doing an amazing job. The transaction volume, the transaction costs, the fact that it's a layer 2 of Ethereum. Obviously, we would have loved to stay on the main chain Ethereum, like that's the most secure. It's where all the native language sits and the native code base sits. And so, but obviously, if you've been around to the bull market, you'll know that the Ethereum transaction costs can get quite high. So we had to make a decision on how we could do this, because it is a transaction and events-based economy, and there will be a lot of transactions happening. We obviously don't want to get your treasury to get destroyed by having to pay $50 to $60 transactions every time you want to do that. So Base was they're just doing such an amazing job from our point of view. Like bringing Commonwealth, the application across from Ethereum to Base was super simple. The onboarding process has been amazing, and I think that once people work out how easy it is to use, and just by adding the Base network to their browser wallet, they won't even notice any difference. It'll be just far cheaper to operate, and we can do a lot more even from like a wallet architecture point of view, and making that system more seamless, let's just say.
Perfect. And now let's talk a little about the token economics and the other things here. Well, can you do an overview about the token economics and the use cases? I know it's hard. It's a lot of things to cover, but let's try.
Okay. So obviously the wealth token is it's a utility token. So in order to operate on any decentralized platform, decentralized app, you need a token in order to do with it. So we have gone for what we call a circular economy, where using the application and itself actually drives the economy forward. I guess the easiest way to explain it is people would invest into the application in USDC, because we don't want the treasury to be fluctuating on these investments, and we invest in the USDC. So you can stake with the wealth token to decrease your fees across the vesting periods of the tokens. You can stake for governance, and we'll have a few more options coming out in the future too. And the Commonwealth economy is a circular economy where the value is driven back in to our users, and there's not a lot of value extraction that happens. And we also have a deflationary mechanic in it. And so, for example, any of the transaction costs or royalty fees that are done from the sale of the slices or the NFTs, but we call them slices, any of those royalties go into a community fund. And once that community fund reaches a certain amount of capital, the community that has been actively participating in Commonwealth and has wealth and is staking wealth can essentially invest into whatever they want. And whenever those investments come back, they get paid out in tokens. So that's a pretty cool concept. And that's where it stays in, is the transaction fees are not actually going out to any external parties. They're staying into the system, and they're giving back to the community, and the community get a chance to prove themselves. And as the economy scales up, we have more and more transactions. Obviously, we can make more and more investments out of the community fund. So I think that's very super powerful, because you only have to have a small amount of wealth to participate in that and get rewarded for it. And I probably didn't do a great job of explaining it. Again, definitely check out the white paper. We have some good diagrams and good explainers in there. And I'm not actually used to explaining it into a camera like this. So, yeah.
Yes, and just I'd like to do a question here. I will do a question in Portuguese for my audience, okay? Just one moment. Pessoal, queria saber quem tem o Genesis NFT aí, escrever aqui, tá? Para, enfim, o pessoal ver que a gente é das antigas aqui. I have asked my followers just to say if they have the Genesis NFT. Since the beginning, we are supporting Commonwealth. I'm sure many of them already have some of them. But
thank you. Like the Genesis NFT holders, the series, especially in the Series 1 holders, that didn't really know what they were getting themselves into, and they kept us ongoing. So thank you very much for that. Like, yeah, it's been, if we wouldn't be here if they didn't hold those.
Oh, thank you. And they are writing "eu," it's me in English. Okay.
Good. Thank you.
And how about the tokens held by the team, right? Are they locked up? And if so, for how long?
Sorry, can you, so
the wealth tokens that the team hold, are some lock period?
Yeah, absolutely. You can view the vesting and allocation table on the website and just go to the white paper. It's all there. We've tried to keep it as healthy as possible, and with a long-term, like the point of Commonwealth is to build with long-term perspective. So we feel like the token allocation, the vestings are pretty solid, and we're not going to have any of the team dumping on you at the beginning or any of that sort of business. Like we just wouldn't be doing that. So you can view all of that on the white paper.
Okay, and again, I'm sure most of my followers already know, right? But I need to do this question because maybe someone doesn't yet. How about the IDO, right? When and where it's going to be held?
So it's going to be on May 22nd and May 23rd on paid ignition. You'll have, I can't remember the name of the pool, the very first pool. There's and anyone that's participating in the paid network, if you hold paid tokens, you can get into the, I just apologize, I'm just blanking on the name of the pool at the beginning right now. But then on May 23rd, you can get into open pool, and that's anyone can invest.
Perfect. And how about the SEX, centralized exchange listing? Is there some negotiation already going on? I know you guys, in general, you can't say something, but I have to try.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely discussions happening. Let's just say that. I can't really give anything else other than that. But we're working very, very hard behind the scenes with negotiations, and as we lock down and agree to the plans and contracts get signed, you'll definitely be the first people to know about it. That is for sure. Okay. And keep an eye on listen out for it, because it will be, obviously, as we go into the May 22 and May 23, there'll be more and more announcements coming.
Okay. And do you have any KPI or goals that you can share with us?
Yeah, I mean, yes, we do. Like, I think we're just wholly focused on getting through this period with the token sale out of the way, and having a bit more of an understanding on where we can take it from there. The public sale is designed so we can scale up the business and start to develop some of the cool things that we have in store. But I think right now, as the white paper does an amazing job of some of the core aspects of Commonwealth and what we have to deal with at the beginning, and to take this, but there's a lot more stuff in the future. Wallets are very enticing architecture to us. That's, I can give you that. The DAS model, that's going to take quite a lot of work. Obviously, navigating jurisdictions and laws, and we want to do the right thing by everyone here. So, building that out as well, and then just getting the application to be as efficient and easy to navigate as possible, and then developing the earn, rewards, promote programs, and start doing some of that guerrilla marketing. Sorry, not warfare, marketing that we can do.
Ok, and I will do another message in Portuguese here.
No worries.
Pessoal, se vocês chegaram agora, tá? Só para avisar, podem fazer perguntas, tá? Em inglês aí, usa um tradutor que você quiser. E as 3 perguntas que ele escolher no final da stream, tá? Vão ganhar $30 cada uma. Então, deixa a hashtag aí, question ou pergunta, enfim. Faz sua pergunta aí, tá? Aproveita aí que já tá chegando no final, pessoal, tá? Aproveita aí. Keeping going here, let's talk a little bit about the team, right? So can you share, I don't know, how many people are working, where are you guys based, it's kind of thing?
Yeah, I think like we're still quite a relatively small team at the moment. You know, we do utilize of other people as well, but we've got, you know, I'm currently in Malaysia, but I try like like to be here, but I'm from Australia. We got people in Turkey, you know, Bucharest. Sorry, Tim. I think it's Sweden. I think it's Sweden. I'm probably going to get shot for saying that, but yeah, we're kind of everywhere. Like, we've got people in UK, Thailand, South Africa. So yeah, little bit of everything really. And you know, we got some amazing people on board. Like you know, Tony Kelly has done an amazing job with Demonware, and heavily associated with Activision and Blizzard. And if you've played Call of Duty or World of Warcraft or Diablo, then you've more than likely used one of Tony's systems. So it's been an amazing experience working with him. We've got a great development team out of Poland. There's about, I think, 10 people there doing an amazing job. Like, couldn't speak more highly of the team there. And then obviously behind the scenes, we have got the oracles working. You know, yeah, there's just a lot of people are doing small things, and a lot of people doing a large amount of stuff that's getting us through. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, and the last question before the Q&A, are there any partnerships or backer? I know you already talked about the oracles, but I don't know if there is someone else that you would like to add.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got the oracles, like, and you know, we're going to be working with Chainlink quite a lot, with using their CCIP and a few of the automation. We're doing some cool on-chain analysis. I'm just sorry, I'm just going to blank on the names because I wasn't expecting to talk about the partnerships. Yeah, we have paid. Obviously, they're launching the token, so we'd have them. Yeah, so I'm just completely blanking on that. I apologize. That I should be better at that.
Okay, no problem. And right now, I'd like to ask you to choose 3 questions here in the comments, and it's up to you. There are questions everywhere, not just in the bottom, in the top also. So feel free to choose.
Okay. I like that. What sets Commonwealth apart from Gustavo and Rapari? I'm sorry about this. Gustavo Fentado. I hope I said that right.
Okay, let me check.
Gustavo,
wait question. What
sets Commonwealth apart from its competitors, and do they believe it's possible to connect Web 2 and Web 3? So what sets us apart is that we've employed this the NFT model that allows you to be liquid in a fund at any time. The fact that we're giving access to the Commonwealth platform is giving access to everyone on the planet that wants to, you know, just pay attention and learn and read and want to be a part of this. And you can get access to early stage deals, and you know, there's a great amount of them coming through. We've got some epic projects on the way. Then there's kind of like an internal dialogue that we're right now, we're a little bit like Web 2.5, where like we're using all of all the core principles of Web 3 with the fundamental and, you know, solid principles of Web 2 and pushing them together to combine into one single application. So we're already quite far ahead in our road to decentralization, but at the same time, we're very like Web 2.5 is where we'd like to join the dots in that regard.
Okay, perfect. The second question.
I think Ian Castle has it's a great question. At 11:04 p.m., how do you envision Commonwealth addressing the challenges of decentralized governance, and such as polarization, misinformation, and insufficient participation?
This one.
We're already starting to address the challenges of decentralized governance. You know, this is probably a little bit more of a personal opinion, but you know, governance is something that has to be kind of elastic and constantly evolving and moving with the times. So it's just about having your ear to the ground and understanding where you are. You know, what sort of regulations are coming through. You know, how does that affect the business? How does it affect the decisions of Commonwealth? And you know, just working with people or authorities, whoever they may be, to make sure that we're just not stepping on anyone's toes and doing the right thing, and just making sure that we're absolutely transparent about it. And you know, insufficient participation, it's not something that we're too concerned with at the moment. We found that like we've had market fit, like we've already got 60,000 active users on the platform that have signed up. You know, we've got, I think, 100,000 people on Twitter. We got those in 3 weeks with one of the prices, and we was at the time known the free fund campaign. So I think that it's just about utilizing our community to get our voice out more, but are not too concerned about insufficient participation. We seem to have a lot of people that want to get into early stage deals, and I cannot blame them.
Perfect. And the last one, and I will say something in Portuguese again. Pessoal, só para vocês que foram selecionados aí, e o próximo também, não me esqueça de me mandar um e-mail, tá? Só ir na seção sobre aí e ver meu e-mail, com o seu e-mail cadastrado no app da Commonwealth para eles fazerem o drop aí dos $30 em Wealth Tokens. Okay, we can go.
I think it's another Ian Castle question, but I really like it. What strategies is Commonwealth implementing to ensure equitable access and inclusivity in early stage investment opportunities, particularly for retail investors who may be new to Web3 or crypto? So, yeah, equitable access is that the way that we will build our themed the fund structures is that we have, like right now we've got the themed capped funds, or we may even have perpetual funds, but to begin with, like we will spin up these capped funds, but obviously there's participation issues there that not everyone is going to be able to participate. So we have a fund that we'll be building in the future called an evergreen fund, and essentially the evergreen fund will invest in all of the funds. It'll be the first investor. It'll take 10% of every fund that we open up. But that's a perpetual fund, and any person can invest in that at any time, and you'll just get a proportion of whatever the fund is, and you will get paid out in accordance to that proportion for as long as you hold. We obviously, there's some mechanics we have to work out and finalize there, but in terms of giving everyone access, that's a major piece. And then we have the community fund, which is funded by the transaction fees of Commonwealth, and that's another piece where if just by participating in the governance and participating in Commonwealth, you get access to that fund as well, and they reward any of the investments made, and when the project's tokens come back, we sell the token into USDC. And I apologize, I've actually missed that at the beginning of the explanation. That's a major piece, and I apologize, which I'd like to explain that too. But yeah, so when those projects come back, we'll sell the tokens, and the community will get paid out in those tokens as well. So there's a few places that people can come into Commonwealth and participate.
Okay. And I'd like to thank you, Ian, for your time, for explaining everything here. I'm sure there will be more questions by the night here in Brazil, because in general, I do the live streams at the night, right? And right now is almost midday here. So if possible, maybe in the future after the IDO, maybe 1-2 months later, if you guys can, would be nice if you can come back here and say new things about the project and this and that.
I'd love to.
And
just because I feel like I've missed a core piece of what we actually do and what one of the USPs is. So if you just give me 2 minutes, I'd like to explain that, because I feel like I've missed a major piece of our whole economy. Kind of shame on me on that. So how Commonwealth works is the Commonwealth platform will invest in early stage projects, and then as these early stage projects vest their tokens, the owners of the slices, and they could be anywhere from $20 to $20,000, and you can fractionalize those slices and cut them up into many pieces and sell them in smaller pieces. They act as your proportion into the investment funds. And once the project tokens start to vest out, we will sell into the market with like an algorithm that sells the project token that in a manner that doesn't destroy the actual health of the token. And then once we'll sell into USDC, and the owners of the slice can claim the USDC from the Commonwealth platform. And in order for a user to participate in the fund, if you get charged a 10% fee at the beginning, but before we take any of the royalty fees out after the payouts have been made, you have to be returned whole again. So if you spent $1,000 on the platform, you have $1,000 worth of investment power. That is even with the 10% royalty fee that has been taken out to begin with. So when the payments do come back, you'll get made whole to $1,000, and then after that is when the royalty fees will apply. I hope that made sense. I apologize for missing that completely.
No problem. But em português, pessoal, se vocês quiserem saber também mais detalhes, ainda mais do token econômicos, é só ver meu vídeo review que eu fiz, tá? Da Commonwealth, lá tem tudo detalhado, tá? Que aqui a gente tem que correr, tá? Para poder suprir todos os aspectos da Commonwealth, tá? So, coming back, I'd like to thank you, Ian, and thank you the Commonwealth team as a whole. And I really like the project. Probably Commonwealth, EOS, and Pay Network are the three projects that I most talk about here in my channel. So
awesome. Great to hear.
I know, I think I know a little bit about them.
Good
and I'm really happy to support this kind of project, which really is delivery value, right, for the people, and give you opportunities for the people, real opportunities, right?
Yes.
And the people don't have to understand a lot about technology, this and that. There is no friction, no technological friction, no crypto friction, because they can invest with fiat, right? No fiat on ramp. And this kind of thing, I think, will be very, as I said, very good, not just for the crypto environment as a whole, but for the investment perspective as a whole in the people's life. So thank you for you guys for building this.
No, thank you. Like, we're just getting started, honestly. Like, we're looking forward to having this sale behind us and actually getting our claws into the application and make it a lot more fun and a lot more accessible for people. That's what we're most excited about at the moment, honestly. But looking forward to it. It's been an amazing journey.
So I'd like to ask you if you have final thoughts. I don't know, call the people for the IDO, or follow you guys in social media.
Yeah, just join Commonwealth, just with the WLTH is our Twitter hashtag, or Twitter handle, sorry. And yeah, we have the wealth token sales happening on paid ignition on May 22nd and May 23rd. Definitely check it out. It'll go a long way to helping us keep building this beautiful application out. Yes, so thank you.
Perfect. So thank you. Obrigado, pessoal. So see you next time, Ian.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.